For all the people who keep saying, why can't black Americans seem to get their act and get their stuff together? Immigrants come to this country just like, we have Africans coming over here, what have you. Why can't they seem to get their act together? This explains it, and it explains it very well.
If you are a descendant of immigrants who have come to the United States since the 1960s, I want you to take a look at this picture and keep this in mind if you ever have the question, or if you hear others have the question about, well, my parents came to this country, my grandparents, my great-grandparents came to this country with nothing, not speaking English, not knowing anyone, and they were able to make a life for themselves. Why can't black Americans seem to do the same? So here's some homework for those of you who have that question, or if you hear others who have this question, take some time and look through Google to see what all of these things are. What is chattel slavery, specifically chattel slavery? You might have heard of Jim Crow. You probably haven't heard of black codes. You probably haven't heard of some major racial massacres against black folks in the United States and descendants of enslaved people. Maybe you have heard of redlining, but maybe you don't know about how the war on drugs is very much a racial issue. This is going to give anyone with these kinds of questions a really good sense as to just a sample of some of the things that black Americans have had to face in this country that is very specific to their racialized experience, that folks who are immigrants or children of immigrants, grandchildren of immigrants who have come since the 1960s, that we have not had to deal with and our parents and grandparents did not have to deal with.
I think it's absolutely correct when they say reparations is long overdue. Because when you look at all the things that black people had to overcome and had to go through that other immigrants who come to this country never had to deal with, never. It explains very clearly why you see so many black Americans having such a hard time getting their act together. Now, I don't like to make excuses for laziness, but I know way too many. I'm not going to say but, because when you say but, it just alleviates everything else you said previously. At the same time, or however, I see so many black Americans. I don't like to say black Americans because we're just Americans. But anyway, I got issues, right? Yeah, I know. But anyway, that they're hard workers. And it's like you have a lot of immigrants and other races of people who work just as hard. I mean, they work hard, not just as hard. But if they work 10 times hard, trust and believe that black people, they have to work 100 times harder. What only took hard work for them, we have to do 100 times harder, especially ebony women. Especially ebony women. Who do you think have it harder? Black women or black men? Let's check this out. Like I said, black women, we have a lot on our plate. Here we go, my darlings.
Who's more unprotected, black men or black women? Talk to the people.
Yo, I can't even believe that this is even a question. No, my granddad died 7 years ago. And if he saw the man of today, he would literally put down his head and just shake that motherfucker. Cause goddamn. But to entertain the question, let's do it. Ever since slavery, where the black woman was raped in front of our faces and we didn't do anything, the time where the police can come into our community and beat the woman down right in front of us and all we do is whip out our cell phones, or the race of people where the cops can go into the community and beat down their women and all the men just sit around and take it and put their phones on record. Police probably wouldn't even get to the woman. Now they saying who's the least protected. We want the black woman's submission so bad, but we're not even good leaders to begin with. My humble opinion, I would actually say it's very disrespectful to even ask a black woman that. It's the black man is the most disrespected man on the planet. Most disrespected person on the planet is the black woman. Constantly preach how they're not desirable over and over again. To be quite honest, We're protected by them more than they're protected by us. Woman can get abused, but she'll protect her abuser so he won't go to jail. A black woman could get raped, and more times than not, a lot of black women are protecting their rapists, not turning them in. How aren't the black women the most unprotected? Sending black mothers to funerals because us as black men can't get along and we don't know how to have emotional intelligence. Little girls in our community is actually getting handled inappropriately. At war with our counterparts and we don't get along with our sisters. They let an Alton Sterling, Michael Brown situation happen and they're riding harder than anybody for us. And the fucked up part about it is we're supposed to be the protectors. That's why the men of the day is actually so fucking weak. These men like to be compared to women all the damn time. Not saying the reasons why relationships don't work is always the man's fault. A lot of these quote unquote good men in relationships that got done over wasn't good men, they were nice guys. There's a difference. Nice guys manipulative and narcissistic. Give you an example. In the midst of a breakup, a woman is going to run into two men. The good men understand that he can't date her yet because she got to allow herself to heal. Good man would not date a woman that's not an asset to him because she's going to cripple him. Which means he can't navigate through life properly and change lives for the better. Nice guy is going to take advantage of the situation. I pull out all the stops to make her forget about what happened to her and make her focus on him more. But for what reason? Nice guy tell you what you want to hear. A good man tell you what you need to hear. Nice guy is not honest. Nice guy is very manipulative. But it's easy for a woman to say, yeah, he was a good man, but he wasn't for me. Trust me, if a woman lose a good man truly, she's not going to know it. She's going to feel it. Good men don't stick around and get disrespected. Furthermore, a good man is not going to look to get protected by the black woman. He's going to protect her because she is the garden. Her blood sacrificed how you get here. The time she give birth, she can lose enough blood to lose her own life. It's literally her blood ransom sacrifice. When her water break, that's your baptism into this life. When we go through all of this, not to even understand that black women are literally the most disrespected people on the planet. Sometimes we dress up in costume in the TV shows to disrespect them even further. Nene, Big Mama House, Wanda from In Living Color, bunch of masculine men putting on female costume for a laugh just to be funny. Or other race do it at our magnitude. Most of these black women y'all deem to be masculine, disrespectful. Most of y'all don't even have the backstory to their lives. It's easy to say the school shooter is crazy. Nobody ever said how much he was pushed into lockers every day, how much the teachers and the principal ignored their cry, how much he get bullied at home. Then he one day just wake up and just snap. All of a sudden, he's crazy. Nobody ever talk up what led to the incident. 2023, I'm starting to see more black men take back their power on positive roles and all of that. As for the past times, we cannot sit here and lie and say we have been great role models for our community. Whether you like it or not, the black woman is the closest thing to God that you'll ever get in the flesh. Does that take away from the fact that the black man is the most disrespected man on the planet? Absolutely not. The black woman is the most disrespected person on the planet. Okay, any community that's doing well, I'm not talking about financially, I'm talking about overall. 9 times out of 10, they have a good relationship with the men in their community. A good relationship with their fathers, brothers, husbands, hell, even baby daddies. I don't give a damn what anybody say after this. In order to heal the community, you have to heal the person who gave birth to it for those who need it.
This guy is amazing. His name is God Justice. And his TikToks.
Well, I can't even believe this is even a question.
I just ran into his TikToks yesterday, and he is awesome. And what I really, really like about him is we have the same background. He was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. He's out of it. Finally, God pulled him out of the darkness into the light. And he is so very knowledgeable. And when you think about, back on the topic actually, when you think about why are black people, period, at the bottom of the barrel, it's because of the leaders. Our leaders are supposed to be these black men, and they've got to do better. I understand the hardship and everything that we've had to overcome. Black women have had to overcome the same exact things that these black men have had to struggle with, only we have even more. Because not only do we confront or have to face racism, but you have to face, based on your gender, sexism, And then you have your own black men who will give you a hard way to go because of the color of your skin, called colorism. I want me light skin. Yeah, I like pale skin. I need me a red bone. How they tear down their own race and their own nation of women is disgusting. How dare they go around uplifting, elevating, glorifying any other race and nation of women except their own? I love being an ebony woman. I am so grateful to my Heavenly Father for my strength. And anytime I see another ebony woman, I applaud her. Yes, I do, because we have got so much on our plate, and we don't even have our men. Well, not all of them, because we do have some kings out there, trust and believe, who will never turn on their own race and nation of women. I've never known a king who would turn on his own nation. That's ridiculous. But anyway, that's another video. Anyway, I just wanted to share this with you in terms of why it is that Black American people can't seem to get it right. Well, the black women, we're getting it right, sweetheart, which is making a lot of the black men angry. But what can I tell you? Oh, well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share. Diamonds, diamonds, diamonds.